I was reincarnated 3 days before the zombie apocalypse. I remembered that before I died when zombies attacked me, my boyfriend was cheating on me with another fair-skinned, long-haired, golden yellow, ethereal-faced woman who was cunning on the inside. My name is Vanna. I used to be a hard-working, selfless woman, saving every penny from my jobs as a stalker and a cleaner for my boyfriend Adam. I believed him when he said he needed money for his sick mother and his sister's school projects. But the money was all given to that woman, Chantal. I saw Chantal one time when I was cleaning the storage units. I thought she was one of those rich people who owned the storage units. She dressed beautifully, elegantly, and expensively. She smirked on me, and I thought that time because I was a poor woman, but now I know it's because of Adam. Looking back, I felt shivers, remembering how painful it was to be cheated by the person I love. In the present, I'm at my table, planning my survival. First on the list, secure a storage unit for myself. On that cue, Adam called, his voice frantic. Vanna, please, you have to help. My mom collapsed. She hasn't had her medicine. I'm begging you, can you send $5,000 right now? It's life or death. I shrugged, playing along, not wanting him to suspect that I know everything. I told him I didn't have my salary yet, but in reality I had already received it and saved up a lot. On the other line, I heard an angry sigh. He said, all right, but transfer it as soon as you get your salary. You know, my mom is in a dire situation. I know you'll help me. I agreed, and Adam abruptly hung up. An idea formed in my mind. I would apply for loans to get some extra cash. Building a fortress against zombies is expensive. First on my list, apply for loans. By day one, I had successfully secured the money. I called my supervisor. I need your help, please. I want to rent a less expensive storage unit. Since she knew me, she agreed immediately. There's one on the far end near the toilet area. I was lucky. That bathroom was fully equipped with a luxurious private bathtub and a high-tech toilet for women. I sent the rent fee, and since it was a high-tech facility, the supervisor just sent me an access code. She added, don't forget to get your manual key. I'll leave it inside the storage room. I was overjoyed that I had found a safe place to stay. Next, Vanna called a contractor to reinforce the self-storage unit. He asked Vanna why it needed to be armored with high-tech surveillance equipment. But Vanna simply replied, I'm just a messenger. My boss asked me to set it up. Since the contractor knew this was a high-end area, he assumed wealthy clients had their own unusual ways of spending money. All right, we'll be there, It will be completed within 24 hours. The unit itself wasn't just a regular storage space. It was designed like a secure, bunker-style facility hidden within a high-rise. The reinforced steel doors were industrial-grade, fitted with electronic locks. The concrete walls were retrofitted for additional reinforcement with blast-resistant and fire-rated materials. A layered security system was installed, including motion detection and surveillance cameras. The unit was also equipped with a secured water supply and a backup solar power system. Surprisingly, it was the largest unit, but no one wanted it because it was located near the VIP restroom. Vanna had the contractor reinforce that area too, and connect the unit directly to the bathroom. The contractor never asked questions as long as he was paid. Next on Vanna's list, she added a radio with an external antenna to maintain communication with the outside, along with a set of walkie-talkies. Inside the unit, all essential survival equipment was already in place, carefully organized and stored for quick access. In a sporting goods store, Van quietly gathered camping gear, tents, sleeping bags, portable stoves, fuel canisters, and water filtration devices. Each item was chosen with purpose. At the electronics section, Vanna found additional communication devices, spare radios, chargers, and signal boosters. She moved through the aisles calmly, blending in with the crowd. On day 2, Vanna returned to the storage area to check on everything. Carefully, she began placing the new equipment inside, organizing each item into its designated spot. From the outside, the unit still looked ordinary, but inside it had been transformed into a hidden bunker. Once Vanna was satisfied, she headed back out to a shopping mall to continue gathering supplies. Moving from store to store, Vanna selected emergency food rations, bottled water, first aid kits, flashlights, extra batteries, multi-tools, and portable power banks. Vanna added canned goods, dried and cured meats, juice, canned drinks, and even a few bottles of wine, not for luxury, but for long-term storage and versatility. After paying, Vanna transported her purchases back to the bunker, making sure not to draw any attention. To anyone watching, Vanna was just another shopper. But in reality, every step was deliberate. Every item chosen with a quiet urgency, as she prepared for a future no one else seemed to see coming. After the pharmacy, Vanna was loading in her car when Adam cornered her. "Vanna, I've been calling you for days." "What is going on?" As he yelled, the world dissolved. Suddenly she was somewhere else. It was dark, the air thick with smoke and fear. Vanna was pounding on a steel door, screaming his name. The door opened, and there he was. He just looked at me, his face empty with no regret, and then he shut the door, leaving me to the horrors outside. The vision was so real, it stole the air from my lungs. When I came back to the present, the pain in my chest had turned to ice. It gave me the strength I needed. "Adam," I said, my voice steady, "we're done." He scoffed. "You really think you can make it without me?" Adam said. Just then, a woman named Chantal appeared, eyeing me with contempt. Adam's entire demeanor changed, wrapping an arm around her. "It's nothing, babe," he said, loud enough for me to hear. "Just a loose end." As they walked away, Chloe, who was standing by, said to me, "Don't come begging to us to be back in the family. Now you will really be on your own, alone." As the little brat that she usually does, the icy comment was the final cut. As they left, the pain was gone, replaced by cold clarity. Vanna drove to a small cafe, having coffee and cake, her favorite. Vanna thought, when will the world be back again as it was? As Vanna sips her coffee, watching the world go by, knowing with absolute certainty that Vanna was on her own. That evening, Vanna severed every tie. My next stop was the pharmacy. I was clearing the shelves of antibiotics when a voice cut through the silence. "Vanna?" It was Chloe, my boyfriend Adam's younger sister. Her eyes scanned my overflowing cart with irritation. "Are those for Mom? You know, you don't have to do all this. Adam would have handled it." I forced a casual smile. "It's not what it looks like. My work pharmacy's inventory is low, so they sent me to do a stock run." Her anger subsided, replaced by adolescent self-interest. "Oh, okay. By the way, Adam said to remind you I need that money for the school project. He'll pay you back." I kept my expression neutral. "I'm a bit tight on cash, Chloe. I'll talk to Adam about it." With a smirk, Chloe added, "I just wish my brother would find someone who could actually help our family," before turning away. The jab landed, a cold reminder of the world I was leaving behind. Shaking it off, I hurried to the cashier. That night, sleep wouldn't come. The next morning, I sat in a cafe, observing the crowds, unaware of their fragile reality as a news ticker mentioned unusual solar flare activity. That was my final sign. I went home and began deleting my life. Adam's number, social media, all of it, gone. By sunset, I left my apartment with only a backpack. My destination was the only place left that mattered. As I pulled the heavy, reinforced door shut, the world outside disappeared. The clank and thud of multiple locks engaging was the most comforting sound I had ever heard. For a second, there was only darkness. Then the lights hummed to life, illuminating my creation. The command center glowed. Surveillance feeds a silent watch over the empty hallway. The medical bay stood ready. Before sunrise, Vanna left her apartment with only a backpack. My destination was the only place left that mattered. However, when I was walking through the storage units area, I saw Chantal again. With another contemptuous look, she asked, "Are you following me?" I didn't want to argue. After all, it would be a few hours before the apocalypse happened. I just walked past her. Chantal grabbed me. "Hey, I'm talking to you." "Hi, did you know Adam always gives me large checks?" I thought at first he was a wealthy man, but it ends up you are his milking cow, Chantal hissed. "But what to do?" "He is begging me to stay at his side," she continued. I said, "Doesn't matter to me anymore," and walked past. I had more to do than think of them. I entered my storage room. As I pulled the heavy, reinforced door shut, the world outside disappeared. The clank and thud of multiple locks engaging was the most comforting sound I had ever heard. For a second, there was only darkness. Then the lights hummed to life, illuminating my creation. The command center glowed. Surveillance feeds a silent watch over the empty hallway. The medical bay stood ready. The shelves, a library of survival, were perfectly organized. This wasn't just a bunker. It was a self-contained world, a fortress of logic against the coming chaos. Outside, the world could burn. I turned on my television and the news ticker mentioned massive, unprecedented flare. My screens no longer showed a solar flare, but something far worse: fire and the dead walking. The world was in chaos. A few hours later, a loud bang echoed on my door. I switched the feed to the entrance camera. It was them. Adam, his clothes disheveled and smeared with blood. Chloe looking lost and terrified. And Chantal, now a panicked mess. "Vanna, I know you're in there." "Open the door," Adam screamed. Chantal, slamming her fist against the steel, shrieked, "I'll give you the money back, just open the door." On the corner of the screen, I saw the hordes approaching them, but I didn't move. I remembered my previous life, the betrayal that led to my death at their hands. These people were cunning. This time, it was better to be safe. I quietly watched as they, with no choice left, ran for their lives. A moment later, the hallway filled with the shambling dead. A few months had passed. The scenes on Vanna's monitors confirmed her choice. Humans, not the dead, were the real monsters. She watched them turn on each other, their desperation a poison. That was a world she would not be part of. So the first Vanna built my own. My bunker became more than a shelter. It was a self-sustaining world. My garden flourished, the water ran pure, and every system operated at peak efficiency. The years passed in a rhythm of quiet competence. Vanna was not just a survivor. She was a creator, a master of her small, safe universe. Outside, the chaos burned itself out. The hordes vanished, and the cities fell silent, surrendering to the green embrace of nature. Vanna watched the world heal from a distance, secure in the knowledge she had made the right choice. Then, the siren, a sound Vanna thought she'd never hear. All clear, the war was over. Vanna had won. A smile, real and earned, finally broke through. Vanna packed a bag, not with the haste of an escapee, but with the deliberation of a traveler. Vanna's past was safe, preserved in this steel haven. Now it was time for a future. Vanna turned the wheel, and for the first time in years, Vanna chose to step back into the light. She was ready.